everybody to another wonderful, enticing show of Talk is Cheap. We're so excited to have you guys here, and of course, you know we always bringing you something special. So, first off, my name is Giovanni Mentor, and I'm your host. We have Mr. Kyle Schillenford to my left, Mr. Ludolph McLaughlin over here, and we have a very, very special guest with us. We have Mr. Trevor Graham with us. He is originally from San Antonio, Texas, but he grew up in Madison, Wisconsin. He got his bachelor's in business management from the University of Wisconsin, and right now he's currently getting his master's in sports administration from St. Thomas University. Now, Mr. Trevor here is also working with the Heats in the game off as a sports VU. Another sports VU. Let's not take credit away from him here, okay?
He's not the first, but he might be the best.
Might be the best. Don't let Simon hear that. But anyways, he's a huge fan of the basketball franchise and everything about basketball. And his goal one day is to hopefully become a GM or to own his own NBA franchise. So, Mr. Trevor, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Glad to finally be here.
And are you a Spurs fan, Trevor?
Are you a Spurs fan?
I got to admit, the Spurs got a special place in my heart, and they always will. But ride it down with the Heat now.
You know we have
I feel so
we have a Texas-based fan, you know, that watches the show.
Do we?
So if they hear you,
hook 'em.
All right, Trevor, I'm ready for this.
All right, guys. So with no further ado, we're gonna go over to the first topic. So hot topic number one. All right, everybody, so we're going to move into the first topic. So hot topic number one. Now, with the summer free agency block coming closer and closer, we see that the Knicks, I can say, are in trouble. Correct, Kyle? Right? So, with that being said, we know that Carmelo might be leaving, but the big question is, where is he going? So, that brings us up to the first hot topic question, which is, would Melo be a better fit for the Bulls or for the Lakers? So, we're going to start off with Ludolph first. Ludolph, what you got for him?
Carmelo, I'm going to say he's a better fit next season for the Chicago Bulls. For the Bulls to get him, they have to release Boozer and probably release one of the fewer players to make enough room. But I see that as a good move, as they'll be getting Derrick Rose back, and Melo will be that scoring punch that the Bulls always need. They always are one of the best defensive teams in the league, and they always are there, pesky, got defense, but they always fall short in offense, and Melo always brings offense. So that could be that final missing offensive piece to the Bulls to complete them.
Okay. Trevor, what you got for me?
I gotta agree. I think if he wants to win a ring, like he says he does, Chicago is the place for him. Much like he was saying, you know, defensive minded, as the Heat have shown, defense wins championships. So unless you're gonna play D, Melo, you're not gonna win a ring. You need to be somewhere where they're gonna play D.
Well, right now it's hard for me to choose, but right now, either or, I have to go with the Bulls as well.
Okay.
Why? Because Melo needs a point guard, and not per se Rose, because Rose is not a playmaker, but he needs some type of point guard to at least fill the assist stat. Because with the Bulls, with the Knicks, Felton's not doing the job. Prigioni's not there. Kid is gone. So, and the Knicks haven't brought in any point guards to help Melo, because Melo have to do everything, but he's not. You know, so if he goes to the Bull, that's a better fit for him, because now he can be Melo, be the scorer that he is, without even worrying about facilitating and helping his other teammates. So Bulls is a better fit right now, but it can alter depending on what the Knicks do or who else comes out, because there's a lot of teams left to offer Melo some type of help.
Okay. Okay, guys, I mean, wow, you guys are really falling for the Bulls here, but I mean, where's the love for the Lakers? I mean, I need to hear a little bit more in depth to why you guys think the Bulls are a better choice than even the Lakers dry out here.
Between takes, I was thinking, because there was saying that the Bulls are better fit than they are, but if Rose comes back healthy, you have to think about that. Put that in consideration. If Rose comes back healthy, and I don't believe he's going to come back, because he's going to struggle just like how Brandon Roy did. So if Rose don't come back healthy and they don't find better pieces for Melo, I don't know if he should even go to the Lakers. I think he should stay put and put more pressure on the Knicks, the managers and the coaches, to probably make some moves, even the owner. Because right now, Bulls probably might look good, but what if Rose doesn't come back healthy?
So you got to think about that. Place in Chicago, they got the point guard, they got the coach. Like you said, they're going to amnesty Boozer in the offseason. They've already said they're going to do it. That opens up.
They
I think he's
open
like
up Taj
16
Gibson.
million on the
Yeah.
books. They could keep Taj Gibson, and they got Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy could learn to play the two, think of that starting lineup with Rose and Butler in the backcourt. Then you got Melo, Gibson, and Noah.
And you're right. But guess
That's
what you
why
said?
Title contenders. That's what I'm
hearing.
hearing. I'm hearing title contenders.
If Melo buys into the defensive mindset of Thibodeau.
But Thibodeau is going to put it on him. But like you said in the lineup, Rose was in the lineup. I kind of altered my decision and said, if Rose is not there, then what happens? Because then Melo's going to be in the same situation as the Knicks, where you don't have a point guard that could,
Well, right now, I mean, Augustine and Kirk Heinrich have been playing good. When Heinrich was out, Augustine was getting a lot of assists and a lot of points. They're not great point guards, but Noah is also an assist man.
What's the alternative for Melo? Go play with team up with Kobe in LA?
That's what I was just gonna bring that up.
I say stay put, or wait for another.
And stay put.
If he stay put, he's
how
just
many
gonna keep
years
waiting
for them to rebuild? The Knicks are in rough shape.
I know they're in rough shape. But that's why I say he has to put pressure, as in put that type of Kobe pressure, like how Kobe did back in 2000 something, and said, "Yo, I'm leaving." Look how they responded. They responded quickly.
Even if he does put that pressure, it's still gonna take a long time. And he's getting up there in age.
But what would the case be if Carmelo did decide to join the Lakers? I mean, with Kobe coming back, how would that work?
I don't know if Kobe's gonna be able to take that back seat and say, Melo, this is your team, and I'm gonna be that sidekick to you.
LeBron and Wade did it.
Thank you.
LeBron and Wade did it.
Kobe's a big head.
I think Kobe's at the point in his career where he could potentially play second fiddle to somebody.
No.
But Melo's not the guy to play second fiddle to, because Melo's not going to lead you to a championship.
Kobe is not going to play second to nobody. When Dwight came in, and Dwight was supposed to be the new franchise player for them, and they were supposed to build around Dwight, that shit.
But now after the injury, Kobe has to, and he's up there with age.
No, Kobe
he
can't
take a team anywhere.
To only one person. Well, two. Himself and Phil Jackson. But Phil Jackson is not there no more. So once again, he's listening to himself, because guess what? I have a feeling that Kobe's going to come back. He shouldn't. The whole world knows that Kobe should stay out and finish the rest of his 2 years on his contract strong. But he's not going to do it. He's going to be a hothead and say, "Yeah, I want to come back at least." Because guess what? Games like what happened tonight versus OKC, what happened earlier today, is going to fuel him to come back.
They prove they can beat the contenders. Still.
But that's gonna look good for the Lakers next year. As in, that team is better. They playing without Kobe now. They all got more experience. Melo might look at that, but you go to Chicago, you already know what you're getting. So
with a better fit between Bulls and Lakers, Chicago is. But as you know,
and I think that would be a really good team.
As the season and the summer comes up, teams are gonna start offering Melo something more, and I just gotta look out for that too.
Okay. Well, hey, you heard it here, Carmelo. It's all eyes on you. We'll see you during the summer what happens, either the Bulls or the Lakers. All right, guys, so we're going to move into hot topic number 2. Now, hot topic number 2 is it time for the Pacers to panic? Now, right now, they're in their 4th game losing streak, and it's looking pretty rough for them. So, I mean, what should they be feeling right now? Should they be panicking, or should they, be in their comfort zone? So, Kyle, hit me up first.
Well, I think it's beyond panicking.
Beyond panicking.
They need to... like how you're on an island by yourself and you put the SOS sign and you light up some firecrackers or something to signal some type of help.
This guy's so theatrical.
Because right now they're in a 4-game losing streak. They just lost tonight once again to Dallas. And I think the key is their big man, Roy Hibbert, is not doing anything, extraordinary. And I think that they need to panic, one, because you got to see that home court advantage will be key in the playoffs between them and the Miami Heat, and that's one thing they focus on this year, because last year they lost Game 7 in Miami. So they're beyond panicking. They need to wave the white flag or something, or that SOS, like I stated earlier.
All right. Sorry, I have a little cold. I'm gonna say that the Pacers don't need to panic right now, as it's still early. They're still in first place. There's still time, and I see the Pacers more of a playoff team. Last year they didn't have the best record in the league. They still made it all the way to the conference finals. Yes, they lost to the Heat in 7, but I see them as a better playoff team, and they just did get Evan Turner, so they're still gelling, still learning how to play. So I don't think it's time to panic as yet.
Yeah, a little upset that, that they're mixing with new personnel now, trying to figure out new rotations as they make the push to the playoffs. To be honest, I don't think they need to panic. I think we all know the East is coming down to Miami and Indiana. What's there to panic for? I think, like you said, home court is going to be very important this year. And I mean that from the Heat standpoint, I think it's critical for them to get it this year. More important than the last few years. But panic for the Pacers? Nah, not really. They're going to walk through the first couple rounds of the Eastern Conference playoffs, and hopefully we get a showdown with Miami in the finals. But is it going to be a surprise before that? Probably not.
See this pattern? This is what I like.
Yeah.
2 against 1. A handicap.
2 against 1?
Take them down, dude.
You gonna put a fork in them?
Put a fork in them. Stick a fork in them.
There we go. Alright guys, so with the Pacers, I mean, they're doing fairly well with the addition of Evan Turner and Lavoy Allen. And right now they're in the tie in the loss column with the Heat. So fairly, I can say, most likely we'll see them in the finals. So why are they really panicking again?
Okay, why they're panicking is they're going to lose home court advantage going into this the conference finals for the East. And there's no panic about going into the playoffs, making the playoffs, going as far as the East finals. But the panic starts when they play the Heat. And if that game, if the series goes down to game 7, they're obviously going to lose because they're not going to beat LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in a game 7. It's shown. Spurs, OKC, well, they didn't go 7 with OKC, but if they did, I know it was clearly a win for Miami because the home court is very critical for each team. So that's where it starts to panic. And I don't see the big man, Roy Hibbert. In the last 4 games, he haven't led the game in rebounds. The last game just now that happened earlier today, Paul George led with 11 rebounds. The other day, David West led with 10. The other day, Jefferson of the Bobcats led with 8. So where is he? I know he's active on the defensive end with blocks, but come on, you need to bring down some boards. At least show me something.
That's the thing.
Be more dimensional.
That's the thing. Hibbert always plays better when the playoffs come around.
Wrong.
When the playoffs come, all his numbers go up.
Wrong.
When in the series versus the Heat, he was averaging a double-double and over 3 blocks.
Why?
Blocks a game.
Tell me why.
He's the biggest player. He's
So
the biggest guy.
Give me his stats when he played against Knicks and Chandler.
Okay, but that's not
They
what
did
we're
win
worried
that
about.
series.
That's not what we're worried about. They're gonna beat everybody else. The big challenge is
Bulls
gonna be when they play the
Bulls
Heat.
are coming up. Don't count on the Bulls too.
Pacers are a
coming
step
up.
I
ahead
think
of
where
those
panic
teams.
sets in for the Pacers now, and probably more of concern now, is the way they're playing. They dropped 4 or 5, and they look bad. Whereas the Heat, this is the time of year where the Heat turn it up.
Yeah.
Right.
And they start to get in the championship
But
form.
the Heat are playing pretty bad right
The
now
Heat
too.
have dropped a couple
And
recently as well, but they're also working with trying to fix out their
Yeah.
lineups and really figure out what they're going to do when they make the push here for the finals. But
Okay, but here's the thing now. They took a toll on the defensive end as well. Bringing Turner. Turner has not even 1% of defense in him because he came from Philly. The whole Philadelphia
he's a
team.
one-trick pony.
He's a one-trick pony. He's a good playmaker, and they brought him into playmaker. But guess what? If he's on that floor, there's 2 sides of the court. And that's the defensive end. And they have taken a toll. You lost against Charlotte. Come on. You lost against Houston. What?
I mean, this 4-game losing has been against pretty good teams.
Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Not Charlotte.
I mean, the East is pretty bad, but they're a
Charlotte's
playoff
no joke,
contender.
109, 87?
Charlotte is no joke.
Okay, Charlotte is no joke.
And they're very good defensively.
Look. If you lose 109, 92, I'll take that. 109, 87? Unacceptable.
I mean, they're playing horrible. They're playing horrible. But that Charlotte game, Paul George was hurt. He did have a little back problem. He wasn't able to play. He only had 2 points.
Where was Roy Hibbert?
Hibbert's not going to feel that offense.
Okay, but you have to do that in some. Okay, but at least average a double-double in the season. He's averaging 11 points and 7.3 rebounds.
We're not saying
No
that
one
Hibbert-
right now is doing better.
I
than
agree
him.
with you.
You
I
gotta
agree
put
with you.
yourself amongst
agree
the
with you.
best bigs in the league, and he's probably like 6, 7, probably even 10.
I agree.
I'm
with
probably
you.
exaggerating, but
I agree with you. I agree with you and all that, but
That's what in the league.
he does bring it up come playoff time, man, which is what the Pacers are waiting for. And they really do need to work on getting that home court advantage. They were talking about it earlier in the season, and they really need it because Game 7, the Heat don't lose Game 7.
In the playoffs too, the game tends to slow down more. You get more half-court possessions.
Right,
That's
right,
where
right.
Hibbert can become more effective as well.
now we're great on the picture.
Or Birdman.
Oh, Birdman.
We got some rim protectors now
Yes,
from
we do.
Miami.
Okay, well, I mean, we just went from should the Pacers be panicking to where is Roy Hibbert? So,
Yes.
Roy Hibbert, you might be in the gimme some later on tonight. So, but you heard it here, guys. Pacers panic, but keep it up. Okay, so it's time for the infamous Give Me Some. So, fellas, I need y'all to give me some. And Kyle, I'm gonna start off with you. Give me some.
Well, my first give me some is going to be the Chicago Bulls. And it's not a give me some for this season, it's a give me some for the off season. And you know they're on a mission of acquiring Carmelo Anthony. And if he might be the best fit right now. So they need to, like the plan is to amnesty Boozer, probably get rid of Taj Gibson and a few more key players. But I think they could fill that position, those other positions that they lack, with young players. At least get it going, because when Carmelo comes, he has probably about 4 to 5 more years on his belt, probably even more, probably 6 if I'm pushing it. But they need to open some space and put the right players in, fit them, and make a good house of those building blocks. You know, so Bulls, give me some. My last give me some, I'm gonna stick on the team, the Indiana Pacers. Y'all know where I was coming with this. Y'all know where
I told y'all I was coming.
I told y'all I'm coming with this. And where the Pacers need to give me some, they need to give me more than a full plate of patient food, Gio. And what happened is they're on a 4-game winning streak. I mean losing streak. And it's not looking good for them right now. They're tied in the loss column with the Heat. And if the Heat get home court advantage and the #1 spot in the East, they're automatically gonna lose the East Finals if they do meet up in Game 7. I think it's going to go back to Game 7, and it's going to be the same scenario where they lost Game 7 and they hang their heads for the whole off season toward the next season and said, only if we had home court we would have won against the Heat. And they're going to go back to that same situation, and I don't know what they're going to do after they lose the East Finals. So the Pacers, 4-game losing streak, give me some.
That's very extensive. Give me some. Ludolph, go ahead and give me some.
Alright, my first give me some is gonna be Trey Burke from the Utah Jazz. Trey Burke, he started off the season, he missed a few games, then he came in and he was playing like one of the best rookies. He's 2-time Western Conference Rookie of the Month, and then now he's trying to fall off. He's all his numbers are dropping. He could barely get 10 points a game, not barely get 4 assists. That's not good. When he was in college, I know he didn't play as much games. It wasn't much struggle, but he has to keep it going. He has to keep his head up and know that there's better things coming for the future. So Trey Burke, give me some. My last give me some is gonna be for Jason Kidd of the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn didn't even interview anybody else when Jason Kidd said he wanted the job. Once he said he wanted the job, and I do respect that because Jason Kidd did do a lot for the Nets, and they brought him in to coach this team full of all-stars. They went and got 2 of the big 3 from Boston. They went and got all these players, made all these moves, put a great starting 5 together on paper, and he needs to just coach them up. I know it's his first season, but he's gotta make this team better. They're only 30-30 right now. No one expected that. Everybody expected them to be 3, at worst 4th in the East, and they're not there right now. So Jason Kidd, give me some.
All right, Mr. Trevor, give me some.
My first give me some is going to be a teammate, Mr. Trey Burke, Mr. Enes Kanter. I don't know why I keep hoping that this man is going to turn it around and be the beast that he should be.
Keep the hope alive.
But probably because I see that box score where he goes for 20 and 14, then the next night it's 6 and 4. Come on, man, you are 7 feet tall on the Utah Jazz. Right. You need to be averaging a double-double.
He can't even crack the starting line.
It is terrible. Enes Kanter, you need to give me some. My second give me some is O.J. Mayo. This guy's not even averaging 12 points on the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, you've proven you can't go on to it. You can't play for a championship contending team because you want to be the man. Now you get a chance to be the man. You can't even put up 12 points in the Bucks.
You could probably turn him into a James Posey, where he just comes in and knocks a couple 3s down and just head back to the bench.
O.J. Mayo.
But he doesn't play defense like that.
Those are my 2 give me some.
All right. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for the give me sums. Alright guys, so this is the point, the time, the moment that we know you guys hate the most, but we have to end the show, and we want to thank you guys for stopping by and looking at what we had to show you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, thank you for being on the show, Mr. Trevor, and you have anything you want to say to the fans?
No, this is a great show. I hope to be on again soon.
Alright, and
We'd love to have you.
we'd love to have you back.
I don't know about that.
Anyways, guys, make sure to check us out on our Instagram, hit us up on YouTube, and also make sure to stop by our Twitter and hit us up. And thank you again for watching the show, and see you guys next time.